All of you take your notes. Next classification of signal is energy and power signal. Energy and power signal.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, deterministic and random signals we have to do, no, sir?
No, there is no problems in that. Just you need to know the concept. Deterministic is, I already told you, anything which can be determined, predetermined, its behavior can be predictable. But random means something like noise, which cannot be predicted. Nothing more in that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So next classification is energy and power signal. Take down. The signal is referred to as energy signal. The signal is referred to as energy signal if the total energy E of the signal, if the total energy, capital letter E, of the signal satisfies the condition, 0 less than capital E less than infinity. That is, E is finite. At the same time, power should be 0. Okay, power is 0. So if these conditions are satisfied, then that particular signal is known as energy signal. At the same time, the signal is said to be power signal. The signal is said to be a power signal if the average power P of the signal, if the average power capital P of the signal satisfies the condition 0 less than P less than infinity. That is, P is finite. At the same time, energy is infinity. Energy is infinity. So if these two conditions are satisfied, then that signal is known as power signal. So basically, if you take any real-time signal, suppose I am talking to you, what kind of signal I am sending towards the receiver? What kind of signal I am sending to you through this network? This is a communication system. Internet is a communication system through which I am sending some sort of signals. What kind of signals I am sending to you? Are you there? Students, is it audible?
Power
Yes,
signal, sir.
Yes, speech signal. I'm sending speech signal or voice signal to the communication system. You people are the receivers. I am the transmitter, isn't it? I have a system where my voice will be converting through a mic. It will be converted to a electrical signal. Further, it will be converting in some digital formats, and those digital signals are being transmitted through a internet, and ultimately it is coming to your system, and through your speaker it is then reconverted back to voice. So all these signals, whether it may be voice or any kind of real-time systems, it is going to have definite energy or power. So if the signal is not having energy or power, it means that the signal will ultimately die out, or it will not have any strength, means the signal will not reach at the receiver. So certain signals will have energy. Is it audible? Diana, is it audible? Hello, is it audible for you? Is it audible for you guys?
Yes, sir. We can hear
Yes,
you.
Okay, now you can hear.
sir. Now it's audible, sir.
Yes, thank you. So any real-time signals that you have, whether it may be a voice or a speech or any biomedical signals that is coming from your human body, all these signals will have energy or power. But there are some situations where a signal might have energy, but it will not have power. What is the difference between energy and power? What is the difference between energy and power?
Time dependence, sir. Power is the rate of consumption of energy.
Yes. So energy per unit time is nothing but power, isn't it? Energy per unit time can be considered as power. So a signal may have a finite energy, at the same time its power is equal to 0. So in that case, the signal can be called as energy signal. At the same time, the power is finite. Finite means it should be between 0 and infinity. At the same time, the energy is infinite. So in these cases, the signals are called as power signal. So in this section, we are going to identify a given signal, whether it is a energy signal or power signal based upon this condition. So to evaluate this, we need to calculate its energy and calculate its power, and based upon that only we can have a conclusion whether it is energy or power. So in this section, you can have two types of question. The first type of question is calculate the energy or calculate the power of the given signal. And in the second type of questions, you may ask to evaluate the nature of the signal, whether it is energy or power. So we need to, if the question is like determine or evaluate the type of signal, then you need to find the energy as well as power. That is both you need to calculate. Otherwise, if the question is just to find out the energy or just to find out the power, then you need to proceed with that particular thing only. Okay. So I repeat, the question is to find the status of the signal, whether it is energy or power. Then we need to find both energy and power. Based upon that only we are going to evaluate the signal. Here now write formulas to calculate the energy and power. Formulas to calculate energy and power. So this you have to remember the conditions. This is important for your quiz. If energy is finite, power is 0, then it is energy signal. Or else if power is finite and energy is infinity, then it is power signal. So in both the cases, if energy is finite, it is energy signal. Power is finite, it is power signal. So these two you have to remember. If it is energy signal, its power will be 0. If it is power signal, the energy will be infinite. Formulas to calculate energy and power. Formulas to calculate energy and power. Can I rub this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Formulas to calculate energy and power. So first we'll have the formulas for continuous time signals, because the formula is different for discrete and continuous. So we have to study the formula for both the cases. So for the first case, we have the formulas for continuous time signal. Energy is given by integral minus infinity to infinity mod x of t the whole square dt. power is limit t tends to infinity 1 by capital T integral minus t by 2 to plus t by 2 x square of t dt. Take down these two formulas and please don't by heart the formula, otherwise it will be difficult to you when you are answering the question paper. So try to understand the concept. Based upon the concept, you interpret the concept into formula. If you take any signal, the energy of that signal is proportional to squared amplitude of that signal or squared magnitude of that signal. Okay. So let x of t be the given signal. What is x of t? X of t is nothing but a continuous time signal. So that signal's magnitude is given by x of mod x of t. Mod x of t is nothing but the magnitude of the given signal. Clear? Squared magnitude is nothing but squared magnitude can be represented as mod x of t the whole square. So if you take any function x of t, mod x of t the whole square is nothing but the squared magnitude of the given signal. And we need to find the energy of a signal. Then what we have to do is we have to take the observation time from minus infinity to infinity, because I am assuming my signal is originating from minus infinity and it will last till infinity. So practically it may not be the thing. Maybe it is originating from 0, it may end up 2 or 3 seconds. So if that is the case, means we need to integrate between that particular limit only. But generally, if we speak, if you are trying to find the energy of a signal, then we need to integrate the squared magnitude of the signal from minus infinity to infinity. It means we are accommodating the entire observation period. Is the first formula is clear to you? What do you mean by integration? What is the physical meaning of integration?
So finding area in a graph.
Yes, it can be nothing but the cumulative effect, isn't it? Or the continuous summation. Continuous summation can be treated as integration. It is very difficult to sum n number of or infinite number of quantities together. So for that, we have devised or designed a mathematical technique of integration to perform continuous summation process within a particular interval of time. Now, once you have the formula for energy, the next thing is we would like to go for power. You only told that power is nothing but energy per unit time. So whatever we have the energy with us, so this is the energy term, but that energy term we are going to divide by T. We are going to divide the energy term divided by T, provided that T tends to infinity. So we are going to apply this limit after finding the entire thing. Okay, so this limit is going to be applied only at final stage. As in, when you apply into the formula, you are not going to apply the limit. But once you calculate the entire term, that is integral minus t by 2 x square of t dt divided by capital T, then you will get an answer. To that answer only, we are going to apply the limit. Now you may ask, in the previous term it was minus infinity to infinity, but in this term we are focusing minus t by 2 to t by 2, because to evaluate the power of a signal, we need to confine only one duration of a signal or one period of the signal. So I assumed that my signal is having a time duration capital T, so that if it excess from minus t by 2 to plus t by 2, then we can say that the entire duration is nothing but t seconds. Suppose I am drawing sinusoidal waveform like this. So it is coming from minus t by 2 to plus t by 2. Then what is the time period of this entire signal? It is capital T. Clear? So If this is minus t by 2, if this is plus t by 2, what is the overall period? It is capital T. So while calculating the power, we are going to have only one single cycle. Okay, we are going to take only one full cycle. That can be from minus t by 2 to plus t by 2 or from 0 to t, whatever it may be. That depends upon the question. But please keep it in mind that while calculating the power in the integration, we will be putting only one cycle. One cycle in the sense 0 to t or minus t by 2 to plus t by 2. But the whole duration when you sum from lower limit to upper limit, it should be only capital T. And later after applying this, you will put limit t tends to infinity. Clear? So this is the formula to calculate energy and power for a continuous time signal. Now coming to case 2, discrete time signal. Case 2, discrete time signal. Here also we are going to find energy. But can you guess what will be the change in formula? Kindly mute your mic. Mute your mic. Okay,
X of n.
Okay, x of n it will be. Or whether you will be using the integration only or instead of integration, do you have any other mathematical operation? Just think. I will give a clue for you. You have to. This is x of t. Since it is continuously defined from 0 to t, we can put integral. Isn't it? But this is not the case for x of n. X of n means it is defined only for certain time. So can we integrate?
No, sir.
Differentiate.
So you have to sum. Okay. So continuously sum is nothing but integration. But here we are going to perform summation instead of integration. Why? Because here the signals are defined only for peculiar instance of time alone. So we are not going for integration. Rather, instead of performing integration, you will go for summation. That's nothing but your sigma. Sigma is nothing but summation. So in which case you will perform integration? Integration is applicable only for continuous time signals because it is defined for all time. So it is continuously available. That is why we are going for integration. Instead, in discrete time signal, you will perform summation. So we can rewrite the formula E is equal to sigma n varies from minus infinity to infinity. In the previous case, it was just compare and see. In the previous case, what was it? It was integral minus infinity to infinity. Now it will be sigma n equal to minus infinity to infinity. Mod x of n square. Instead of putting mod x of t square, now it will become mod x of n square. Is this formula is clear for you? Now we will go for power. So what was the equation for power in the continuous time case? Students, is it audible for you?
Yes, sir.
Limit.
Okay. So limit. So earlier it was limit.
So limit t tends to infinity.
1 by t of.
Yes. Limit n tends to
1
So
by t.
integral minus
infinity.
t by 2 to plus t by 2.
Here there is no role for capital
1 by
T.
n.
It is
1 by
capital N, isn't it?
n. Yes, sir.
So why it is 1 by 2n plus 1? I will show you. This is a discrete time signal. It is defined from minus n to n. So what is the total duration?
So
What is
2n.
the, it is not 2n, it is 2n plus 1. You will have 2n plus 1 number of signals, isn't it? For example, if it is minus 3 to 3, you just count minus 3, you will have one signal, minus 2, you will have one, again minus 1, you will have one, at 0 also you will have one, 1 also you will have one, 2 also you will have one, 3 also you will have one. So totally there will be 7 discrete signals that you have. So if a signal is defined from minus n to n, then there will be 2n plus 1, means n number of signals in the left half, n number of signals in the right half, plus a signal at 0th instant. Which means that there is n plus 1, that is 2n plus 1 is the duration of that particular signal. Is this is clear for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So while writing the formula, I put 1 by, instead of putting t, the duration is 2n plus 1. Then what is the limit? It is minus n to n mod x of n square. So this is the formula for energy and power for a discrete time signal. You have to by heart these 4 formulas, but I feel by hearting is very difficult. So once you know the concept, where to put integral, where to put summation, where to put infinity and all, then it is good for you. But please remember these 4 formulas because we are applying these 4 formulas to your numericals. So I'm rubbing the board. Take down the question. Check whether the following signal x of t is, check whether the following signal x of t is energy or power signal, energy or power signal, and find the corresponding value, Given x of t is equal to t for condition 0 less than or equal to t less than or equal to 1, 2 minus t during the time 1 less than or equal to t less than or equal to 2, 0 otherwise. So what is our objective? We need to find the energy, we need to find the power, and then we need to comment if it is energy or power. So these are the 3 things we need to do for this particular problem. And first we need to think which type of signal is given in the question. Is it a continuous time signal or it is a discrete time signal?
Continue.
Sir, continuous time.
Yes, it is a continuous time signal. So first we will write the formula for energy. The formula for energy goes like this: E equal to integral minus infinity to infinity mod x of t the whole square dt. This is the general formula, but this general formula we need to change according to the given question. You just observe the given signal. Can you find any signal from minus infinity to 0? You don't have any signal from minus infinity to 0. It is starting from 0 and ending at 2. Otherwise, it is 0. Clearly, it is mentioned. Otherwise means for any other time instance, you don't have any signal at all. So it is starting from 0 and ending at 2. So how this integral will modify? How you can modify the integral?
By splitting it, sir.
Yes, splitting from 0 to
1. So
1.
0 to 1, then 1 to 2, and then
1 to 2.
infinity.
Yeah, but there is no need for putting from 2 to infinity. Why? Because there is no
Infinity.
signal. Okay. So we will start from 0. Why we are not starting from minus infinity? You get me? Because there is no signal from minus infinity to 0. So we will start from only 0 to 1. From 0 to 1, you will have t. So t square dt plus 1 to 2, you are having a signal that is 2 minus t the whole square dt. Don't forget to put whole square, because in the formula you have energy is always proportional to squared magnitude of the function. Okay. Now what you will do? Perform the integration, apply the limits. Do it. This can be done. 0 to 1. Integral t square is t cube by 3. Upper limit is 1. Lower limit is 0. Plus, what about 2 minus t the whole square? You expand that a minus b whole square format. So 4 minus 4t plus t square the whole into dt. First, you expand a minus b whole square format and then you perform the integration. So here, applying the upper limit, it is 1 by 3 minus 0 plus, again you perform the integration of 4 is 4t minus 4t square by 2 plus t cube by 3. Upper limit is 2, lower limit is 1. Then apply the upper limit and lower limit. Answer is 1 by 3 plus 4 into 2 is 8 minus 2t square, that is 2 into 4 is again you have 8 plus 8 by 3 minus lower limit. Before applying the lower limit, you need to put a negative sign and then you are going to apply the lower limit. 4 minus 2 plus 1 by 3. Using your calculators, you can simplify and tell me the answer.
So 2 by 3.
What is that?
2 by 3, sir.
2 by 3. Okay. Let me see.
Sir, is it 8 by 3, sir?
I got 2 by 3. You just check.
It is 2 by 3, sir.
Anybody got 2 by 3? Others
Yes,
check.
sir. It is 2 by 3.
Yes, sir.
Yes, good. So you have a finite value for energy, isn't it? 2 by 3 is less than infinity. So you just write that comment. Energy is finite. Energy is finite. So that part is over. Now we are going to find the power. But while calculating the power, we will not write these detailed steps because already we have performed the integration. So that answer you can directly copy. So write the formula for power first of all. Power is equal to limit t tends to infinity 1 by t integral minus t by 2 to plus t by 2 x square of mod x of t the whole square dt. Again, you have to change the limits according to the given question. So according to the given question, the limit was from 0 to 2 because we don't have any signals in negative instance of time. So you can discard minus t by 2. So you will proceed from 0 to 2 only. But do you want to again repeat the same thing? Because you already find this value from the energy, isn't it? So you don't repeat this term integral 0 to 2 mod x of t the whole square dt. The value you already find out so that you can replace. Clear?
Sir, one doubt, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in the integral, the limits are given as minus t by 2 to plus t by 2, no, sir. So why are we not using those limits?
Those limits. Okay, here capital T is not specified. We don't know the time duration of the signal, right? It is not a periodic signal, in fact. After 0 to 2, do you have any signal? It is not periodically repeating, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we are confined to the thing which is given in the question. The previous formula, whatever we have written, that is the general formula. Minus t by 2 to plus t by 2 is general formula. Please don't mind that particular limit. But while performing the calculations, you need to put the time instance given in your question because this is not a periodic signal. Eventually, the signal will die after 2. So we are forced to take the integration up to 2 seconds, not beyond that. And we are forced to take the limit from 0 because the signal don't have any values in the negative half. So we took from 0 to 2. But later we will put t to infinity. So now in the next step.
Okay, sir.
In the next step, you are going to replace the integral value to a limit t tends to infinity 1 by t into 2 by 3 or limit t tends to infinity 2 divided by 3t. If there is anything to cancel over here, please keep it in mind before applying the limit t tends to infinity. If there is something to cancel in the numerator and denominator, then you have to cancel, and later only you are going to apply the limit. But as of this case, it is not cancelling. So the answer will be 2 by infinity equal to 0. Anything by infinity is 0. Here, anything by infinity is 0. So this is what kind of signal? This is energy signal. Now check the condition for energy signal, whatever I have told you in the theory. If energy is finite and power is 0, then that signal is called an energy signal. So you write the comment, therefore the given signal is energy signal. See, in another 1 minute, this meeting is going to end. You can log in with the same link again. Any doubts? Concept is clear now. Integration and all you need to perform. There should be strong foundation in integration and differentiation for an engineering student. So any doubts means you can ask me.